Perfect.
Hey y'all, hey! Happy Hump Day Wednesday. And I know y'all can't see me, but I did do the Hump Day Wednesday roll. How y'all doing? Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. And no, I'm not it's not our regular scheduled program, and I'm not in my regular scheduled location, but we are here, honey. It's Wednesday, and we had to go on and pop up on y'all since we missed you on Sunday. Friend Boxiana the Menace, you're looking really cute in summary today. How are you?
Toe up. And I don't feel very summary right at this second, but we here, friend. How
I'm,
you doing? Since you
I'm,
got me out here by myself.
I really don't have you by yourself. I can't,
Mm.
I ain't in my normal dig, so I ain't liking what I'm looking like on the camera, and so I don't want to scare nobody and whatnot.
Girl, girl. And some of these goddamn on booger wolves out here, baby, I'm not finna play with you. We done seen it all out here on the YouTuber.
No,
Baby, I done seen crusty lips, dips, hips, and thighs. I done seen all that.
wow, not the crust.
You know you done seen some dust buckets over here on the YouTube, little baby. I ain't even finna.
Not
We
the
ain't
crust.
gotta do that, friend.
Not the crust in the dust.
Listen, and it be them dust ass ones that be talking the most shit. And before we get started, I know you, friend. How you doing before I say what I'm finna say?
I'm doing fine. I'm looking forward to the show. If you don't know, y'all, it's our pop up Wednesday show, and it's also going to be our reaction show to the Errol Spence Jr. interview on All the Smoke. So come on in, come on in, come on in the room. Hit that like button on your way in. Go ahead, friend.
So let me tell y'all something. If you got a yam on your face,
Oh,
and
what?
I mean a big yard, large yam on your face, don't talk to me.
Friend, what's a yam?
A large bell pepper, well, but the largest bell, original, biggest Michael Jackson nose, friend, not the one MJ had, a one double the size. If you have a yam like that on your face, please don't speak in my direction. I'm a very mean person, and when you leave comments when I'm saying nice things about people, because I'm not a nice person, so if you leave a little nasty comment and I go look at your little nasty picture and your hairline is missing or something, or you got a yam on your face, I'm gonna say something.
Oh,
I
oh,
don't like how y'all get on the internet and y'all love bullying people till the bully come out. And then all of a sudden, oh, she's picking on people. Hey, y'all didn't like what I said about Clarissa.
oh, oh.
Y'all, I got a lot, friend. When I tell you I got messages about that shit, and you know I don't be on social media like that no more. So when I
You
do
said
wiggle,
something nice about her when you defended her. You mean
yeah,
that?
yeah, there was a couple of people like she needs to act like a lady, and she needs to do this and she needs to do that. You know, I'm not in the business of well, I am, but I'm not in the business of telling people what to do. Like I am, but I'm not gonna tell her what to do. Okay, if that's how she want to act, y'all. who are we to like tell her? But like to sit up and like blatantly call that lady a man and say she need to act more ladylike. That's why y'all call her man. Like I'm cool with y'all calling her tomboy. I'm a tomboy.
Right.
Ain't nothing girly about me.
Well,
I'm
anyway,
just saying, not friend. Y'all,
listen.
the first time my friend took me to Vegas, I had on a dress and some big yellow, I mean orange, big orange foam slides, like the male slides that you wear after you play a basketball game. All I was missing was some basketball shorts and a t-shirt.
Well, yeah. Well, see, that wasn't manly though. That was just a little. That was just a little country. It wasn't manly though, friend.
Right. But what I said actually came out to be factual, friend. Can we start the show with this shit? I said something about Clarissa that y'all do to black women. And then, we had an event at the White House this week.
Mm. Mm.
And a white man got out and told everybody, "Hmm, this black woman is a man."
I forever floaters. Yeah, that's what he said. Mm-hmm.
You got up on, but see, that's what I was trying to tell y'all before all of this happened. When y'all get up and y'all talk about black women, they think we manly. Well, we outspoken, we loud. They think of us to be all of these things, and like they relay us to men, y'all. Like really, I
Mm.
didn't heard y'all didn't seen some of these men in here tell me you kind of manly.
This is the crazy part. This is what I find really, really fascinating and crazy about the whole situation. Those same men that will freely say those things about Clarissa or say those things about our forever floaters or whatnot, these are and I want to say probably because I don't know for sure, but I can bet a pretty penny that these are the same men who see lesbian women who roll around as studs, cute ones, and still say, yeah, but that's still a woman though. That's still a woman though. So you'll call a stud who wants to be seen as a man a woman, but you purposely say those things about other women who are strong, who are probably in your mind defiant, to be an insult. And like my friend said, which is why I posted the short because it was very resounding. What you said was dead on the money. It's a lot of things that we both don't agree with where Clarissa Shields is concerned. But that is one thing that both of us vehemently will push back on at all times. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not do that. She's not even, she ain't even a stud. Even a stud knows she's a woman, but she's not any of those things. She's never told you she is a man. She says she could beat a man, but she's never told you she is a man or ever wanted to be a man. Stop doing that. Stop it. It's not funny and it's not cute. Stop doing that.
It ain't cool. And like we now we seeing like in the front of us like how they really think about black women. And like so I have to do better because I get up here and like I don't want y'all to get the shit confused. I'm still gonna talk my shit about Clarissa and Pussy. That does not change, and I'm gonna address that in a minute also. Um that's not going to change, but I'm going to have to do better by looking after her as a black woman. I'm a little older now, like I'm starting to grow up a little bit more. So not so much as a sister or a friend or anything, just a black woman. I have to look out for her because I see how like y'all think we men for real. Like with us being outspoken and the way we are and standing up for the stuff, standing behind our men, y'all think we men. We'll get out there and fight for our men if we have to. Like y'all think we y'all think that about us. So I have to do better, friend. I'm holding myself accountable with the shit. I'm still going to talk shit. And y'all, I don't call Papoose Pat Pussy because I'm just a jerk. It came from it came I am a jerk, but it came from a song, y'all. Like I didn't like Megan the Stallion called him that. Like I've been seeing people in the comments talking about like it's cool you defending Clarissa, but like what do you look like the meaning of black men? Y'all, the girl was talking about the man being in love with his girl. Like I think y'all got the wrong impression of me. I am the person that you think I am, but like y'all be pushing it.
They put
I mean,
extras on you, friend. They be putting it
yeah, y'all
when
be
they don't
putting,
have to. Yeah.
but if you're not of our culture, and that's what I be saying, some of y'all be coming in here with black faces, but y'all don't be. I ain't talking about phenomenal Mexican. Phenomenal Mexican, my brother, we locked in forever. So all the shit that I say, I'm not talking about him. But some of y'all be in here with black faces, and like y'all not of the culture. So when I say certain stuff, y'all wouldn't understand.
It goes right
Like
over your heads.
it do, and y'all automatically be telling on yourself. So for me to have to get up and explain the Pat Pussy comment, that's for the really, really old people and the people that's not of my culture, because if you too old to understand, you never know where that came from.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm,
all of
mm-hmm.
that said, friend, your thoughts about the whole White House shit, I'm telling y'all, be better. We and black people, black men especially. I hope y'all seeing what y'all they saying about y'all women. And I know y'all know some good black women that'll get out there and fight for y'all. This the women that they talking about. I
Right.
want y'all to keep that in mind when y'all say I ain't defending that bitch. Fuck her. Blah, blah." I want y'all to keep in mind, like they willing to do something to her like real bad because they really think she gonna be able to handle herself like a man. I want y'all to think about that at the end of the day.
Yeah. And not only that, and I'm glad you brought it up too, because it's not only just Clarissa being a boxer and being intimidating because she's the best women's boxer out right now. It's not just about Clarissa. We went all the way to the other end of the spectrum with a woman who is highly educated, multi-diversion, multi degrees. She held the highest esteem of a woman in our country, which is the FLOTUS, the first lady of the country, the most educated first lady that our country has ever had. She's never ever been linked to any kind of foolishness, any kind of tabloid anything, yet somebody can get on a microphone at a worldwide event on the lawn of said White House and speak that way about a former first lady for no reason whatsoever. So you don't have to be the worst person and have questionable things surrounding you for them to come for you for no reason whatsoever. So I don't want to hear no foolishness about, well, Clarissa needs to do that, Clarissa needs to do that. Michelle ain't did nothing to nobody. She doesn't have to do anything, and she still gets the same disrespect. Stop it. Stop it. So that's where I stand on that. If you don't understand, miss me. Miss me with it. Now, we can actually get started with our real show. Hi, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, come on in the room. Thank y'all for joining us on this Hump Day Wednesday. Welcome to the Queen's Court. Hey, Black Attack 800. He was the first one in here today. Georgia Peach Denise. Hey, girl. Hey. Shogun 76 is in the house. Mr. Big Play Brian. What's going down behind the lens TV? Good to see you. What's going on? Loud Pack Bob is here. OG Marcus. Hey, DP Rocker. What's going down? Murphy AJ30. Good to see you in here. Michael Ray is here. G McCall. Hey, what's going on? Stephen Elder Mack, thank you so much for the first super chat of the day. He says the Queens, the one and only. Yay. How you doing? Aunt Bolton, how are you? Good to see you today. Joseph Torres is in the house. Hey, Joseph. Who else we got in here today? Mo 2013, our good brother. What's going down? I would ask you how New York doing, but I know how y'all doing. Yeah.
Belligerent. That's how they doing. Did you see him looking disgusting with them fucking socks and Tims on? Boy, he had me pissed off. I blocked him, friend. I ain't lying. I
Oh
did.
my God. If y'all can see my face right now and how it's squinched up and how I'm side eyeing everybody that's from New York, my goodness. Hey, Skills Pay the Bills, how you doing? Flashy boy, good to see you up in here. Who else we got in here? Hey, J Day, good to see you too. Let's see. I think that's everybody. Derek Lincoln, good to see you. Y'all hit that like button, please, and thank you on your way in so that the folks can know that we are on. This is not our regular scheduled program. So we do want to get everybody we can get on in the room because, baby, we got some breaking down to do today. Okay. Derek Lincoln, how you doing? Joseph Townsend, Big Joe Townsend, how you doing? Jeremy Hurd is in the house. And Eric O, I saw you. I think that's everybody. I think, NBA D Nice, how you doing? Good to see you. Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in the room. Yeah, I saw the big Spurs fan wanting all the smoke. See, that's what you, yeah. I saw it. I ain't gonna even elaborate. All I'm gonna say is you think you want smoke to smoke show up, and then when smoke show up, you get all nervous and stuff. Yeah, made you young, weak New York fans look young and weak and dumb. Anyway, so we have to get into something today, y'all, because we just had that Bam Rodriguez fight, and we just had the ladies on the MVP card. And shout out to all of the winners. And I know O'Shea was a little bit disappointed. O'Shea Jones was disappointed with the draw that she got. But shout out to everybody. She still retained her belts. Yeah, 7-8. How you doing? Yeah. So shout out to them. Shout out to Bam. I do want to ask this question. We ain't gonna stay on them long because we gotta get down to the nitty and the gritty. But friend, did you see how it's looking like Team Bam Rodriguez is gently walking back, possibly fighting Monster in a way anytime soon? Did you see how that
Good, great. Shit. Shit, I told you the other day. I don't know, friend. I don't know. And I don't care about the brother beef. Don't fight the brother. I don't care about all of that. Just don't do that, Bamity. I don't want to see it. I can't walk it back. Just come on. Just come on, stand over here with us, and we'll see what happens with the rest of them. But you going up there, those, and that's why I keep telling people. Had a conversation with one of our fighters because me and my friend has fighters, right?
is?
So the conversation of fighting at 140 ish came up. And I was like, you got to remember, these guys are walking around at 190,000 pounds. You only weigh 127 on your off day. There's no way that you can get up and fight at that weight and you're walking around at 127 ish. It's impossible. And this guy weighs 189 pounds in his off day.
Friend, who you talking about?
People,
Okay, well,
a biggin that's in the possibility to getting ready to fight, and he got people spooked
okay, well.
because he's 89 100,000 pounds when he on his off. Man, hey, that's a big old boy down to the ankles. I seen a picture of him sparring in the gym the other day, and all I could do is shake my head. I feel bad if that boy is fixing to get ready to fight him, friend.
He ain't gonna fight him because he know. Derek Lincoln, thank you so much for the big old dub. Nice round 20 piece. He says, salute, Queens. Glad y'all came on here today to talk about our boy Errol today after the interview. Big fish. Yeah, we're gonna get into it because I've seen a lot of people, as we do as YouTubers, content creators, and whatnot. We always have a response, especially when there's somebody big in our world of boxing that comes out and does an interview or makes a statement. Go ahead.
Y'all ain't know that's the queen of boxing? That's his dog. He expecting her to come out and say something.
Wow. Okay. Well,
He
okay.
don't care about what the rest of these YouTubers is
Okay.
saying. He waiting for the queen of boxing to talk about this
Okay.
shit.
All right.
My bad, big dog. Just because you ain't on the screen don't mean
Uh,
the same rules don't apply.
all right.
I didn't know you was the queen of boxing. That's my bad.
Okay. Well, listen. So I've seen a lot of different people, and I expected a lot of different people to come out and give their take on it, give their opinion, how they felt about it, what they liked, what they didn't like. And I expected certain things from certain people. Specifically, Bud fans, I knew they would be on the defense about some of the things he said. I expected that. I wasn't shocked by that. But there were a few content creators that gave their reactions that I was a little taken aback by. But I had to stop and realize what I was watching and why they felt, specifically the way they felt. And I'll get into it when I talk about, how I felt about it later. But yeah, it's been very interesting. But what I will say is, to start, this is why the backlash that's happening, the discussions that are happening, is the prime example why he does not do very many interviews. This is why he does not do very many interviews, because people pick you apart when you open up and share your experience. Okay? When you share your experience, somehow people who don't know you except from boxing have a tendency to tell you what you shouldn't and should not disclose, how you should and should have conducted an interview. They like to give their opinions on what they would have done, having absolutely no experience in what he's doing. And that goes for anybody. So I just thought it was interesting, because I have been in these YouTube streets looking at folks' reactions and whatnot. This man hasn't uttered a word about that fight in almost 3 years. We're coming up on 3 years since that fight. And he just now had a real sit-down interview, and people are losing their minds and acting like he said some of the most heinous things they've ever heard before. And I just want to get your opinion, friend.
It ain't nobody but a shitload of Bud fans. Y'all got a bigger fucking concern. You need to figure out why your favorite was hugged up on the lawn with the orange man.
What? Say it again. Say it
The
again.
orange man. The man with the toupee that's blonde. He looks like pork ass. I need to know why you guys is favorites. And you know what's crazy? Some of y'all got daughters.
Hmm.
Y'all got daughters. These are the same people that took away your daughter's choice to get rid of something that made, if something bad happened to her, they're gonna force her to have it. These are the same people you out there hugged up on the lawn with. Yeah, Bud fans got a bigger problem. I don't, you know what, friend? I stopped listening to the stuff that them people was saying, because I knew once Errol came out and said he wasn't good, we been knew this. We could have came out and said this shit every day till we were blue in the face. They wouldn't have believed us. But now that he did, now all of you got excuses. That man didn't make no excuses after that fight. He didn't say shit after that fight, quite frankly. And for 3 years, he didn't say shit. So just like when Frank fought Tank and he finally did an interview, the first fucking question that they asked is, how did you feel when Tank knocked you out? Like, I mean, what you expect him to say? Not get out there and tell his truth? You don't want him to get out there and tell his part? Like, what actually happened?
Even though this is just a small caveat, since we're talking about that Frank and Tank. Even though before he said a word, everybody and their mama had a reaction to the weigh-in and said he looked horrible.
When we saw him walking out, everybody had the same, what the fuck? That was not the EJ we used to come into the ring.
Even EJ, I'm talking about Frank and Tank.
That.
But yeah, when we saw Frank come out for the weigh-in, when people saw him on their TV screens looking like not himself, it's okay for you to speculate what your eyes are telling you. But if he comes out and confirms a rumor or your speculation, now he's at fault for doing so. Now he should have just shut up and not had said nothing. What do you really want? What you want from a what do you really want?
You know what they want? They want you to be in the truck with them on Saturday. That U-Haul that circles the neighborhood. You know which one I'm talking about. They want you to be in there with them. And anybody that don't come to that U-Haul with them, they're all standing there with the crust dried around their mouth, wondering why you don't want to come taste that shit too. Well, the rest of y'all done had y'all mouth on it. We don't want it. And it's okay for the truth to come out. But you know what? Y'all won't, but boxing fans are horrible fans, man. Like sports fans are horrible in general, but boxing fans, they are literally the worst because a fighter can come out and tell you, shit, my trainer didn't, we wasn't sparring. I couldn't bring nobody in the gym. I could come in here and tell some business that have y'all looking at the whole camp crazy. My friend can confirm the bit. Okay, well, you see, my friend can confirm the business because we were there. But I wouldn't. What would I look like coming to say that shit? Y'all would be like, oh, she making excuses for Frank because he couldn't beat Tank. But if we come out and say it, it would be pointless because to y'all it's an excuse.
And let's just start there. I want the slow people in the back who have no comprehension skills, because this is one thing that I also had to realize. Um, we as adults now, we don't have the separation that we used to be able to have in school. Everybody is just out in the world being an adult. We don't know who the remedial adults are. We don't know who the people are that used to be in those special classes. We don't know. They can speak and type and remove all doubt, and we'll have a good indicator. But we don't know who the people are that have low comprehension skills, the people who don't have enough attention span to sit and listen to a complete interview. We don't know who you are until you speak and let yourself be known. So I have to keep that in mind when I'm up here and we talking about these things. I said all that to say this. Folks don't listen. People get up here and they look at the small clips that have been broken down and shown in short form, but they don't know. Yes, all the lips on the windows. Yes, booger eating folks. Yeah, them ones that dig in their nose and eat the booger and smile at you when they do it. Them ones. So I have to keep in mind when, yes, the grown crack babies, when we're having these discussions, a lot of those people are also in these discussions. Anyway, yeah. So let's just keep that in mind, y'all, when we're having when we're doing this. Okay, because I've seen a lot of people not. I know that you could not have watched the entire interview because you're asking questions that were actually answered in the interview. But we're gonna break it all down. We gonna break it all the way down. So let's just jump in. Where you want to start, friend? Okay, so we could start. How did he look to you? Let's just start in the present. How did he look to you? As far as because all we get is to see him visibly. We don't see him that much. He had just started putting out pictures of him in the gym working out, things of that nature. But this was an actual sit down where we could see him, we could hear him speak. How did he look to you? How did he sound to you?
I mean, considering like we just sat in his face a couple of months ago, he sound like him. You know what? And I keep telling y'all, y'all are not a part of our culture. So, right, there's black people, and then there's black people from Texas. Then there's black people from Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all don't understand how we talk. y'all don't understand how we think. So like to where we be sounding slurred and stuff to y'all, we just country as hell. Y'all wouldn't understand that because y'all talk like this and everything has to be pronounced like this. And if we mess up a word and don't pronounce it how you guys do, then we got a speech impediment shit. No, we from the South, the boonies, the country, the woods, the sticks. He sound like he from the sticks, friend. I guess somebody be wanting me to say, oh, he sound like he had a stroke and when Bud hit him across that. That's what y'all want to hear? Cool, that's what I'm saying. He sounded like he had a stroke, friend.
Okay. All right. Well, he looked healthy to me. That was my first impression seeing him. He looks good. He looks healthy. He sounds good. He sounds healthy. He sounds refreshed. He looks refreshed.
His
Um.
skin looks phenomenal. And I
Yeah.
don't know if y'all paid attention to EJ's skin prior. He has not looked like this in a very, 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 very long time. This is the Errol Spence that I'm used to seeing, the one that we getting now. I don't know who we got for the last couple of years, but that guy,
Mhm. Okay. 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 So shout out to Andre Ward, y'all. If y'all don't know, he was on All the Smoke with Andre Ward. Did his first sit down interview in years. It was almost 2 hours long, and they got into a lot of the questions that have been plaguing his performance, his last performance, and so I it's a long interview, so we won't cover everything. But he did let you into who he is as a person. He told us that he is an introvert, and for the most part, he's a loner. You know, he likes to spend time by himself. He's not really comfortable, being in crowds of people and talking to folks, and the whole celebrity thing is just not his thing. So he let us in on that. We kind of knew that already, but it's not just like that for him with the celebrity thing. That's just who he is as a person. Like he's not around a lot of people anyway. He just that's not how he operates. He reminds me, and I thought this when I was watching the interview. I'm a huge Errol Spence fan, and I was trying to figure out like, why do you like him so much? And I know it's because he's from the city and things like that, but he reminds me of my little brother. He reminds me of my oldest younger brother. And I'm very protective of him. And I'm protective of people like that in general because they really don't bother nobody. And when they snap on you, it's because you have pushed them and they just don't bother nobody. And so I like people like that. But if you're cool with them and they're comfortable with you, they are probably like some of the funniest people you ever want to be around. They're probably some of the most loyal people you ever want to be around. So that a little bit of that is another reason why I'm such a huge fan of his. Anyway, so moving on. What's up, Bang? Moving on. So Errol is telling Andre, how he's feeling good and he's happy to be back. And Andre basically asked him why he's coming back now after 3 years because he said, he didn't know if he was ever coming. He didn't know if he was gonna come back or not. But he asked him why now? Why he coming back now? And he said basically because he's bored. How do you feel about that? Because a lot of people feel like that wasn't the proper answer to give because he's bored. Like, what is?
Am I listening to people that wait for the dick sucking truck to come to their neighborhood? I refuse. I shan't. Ain't that our word? I shan't not. I shan't. I refuse to. I'm not gonna listen to those kind of people. I'm not surprised. And y'all don't understand. Like these fighters be bored. They don't have jobs, you guys. Like all they
Right.
do is go to the gym. Like they get bored when they not active. They bored and they mind start wandering and they start doing shit. Luckily, he's found something, a safe space with his farm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like that was his ability to like connect back and like do all of those things. Like that was the time. And he did that with his farm. A lot of these fighters, they don't have that shit. They young. They don't have anything to do. They
Mhm.
spend a lot of time outside. They are the city girls of boxing, these young fighters are. But a lot of them, they're bored. I'm not surprised at that answer. That answer does not surprise me not one bit because yes, that is absolutely the case. And I'm not, like I said, I can't listen to people that wait for a truck to come around for their favorite fighters that they get in the back of. Like, y'all couldn't understand that this man was bored. Maybe he did want to not come back, and then maybe he been sitting around the house because this has been his job for the last 7 years. Like, maybe I do want to go back to work because it's like retirees. Your mama retired, she want to go back to work because she bored.
That and it was interesting that he said that because another great athlete who I've been following since the beginning of her career decided to come up off the couch after a 4-year retirement for the same reason. Serena Williams. She
And
said
how she look, friend, after 4 years? I'm just asking.
she looks damn good at 44. Okay, her and Venus are about to make a Wimbledon run in doubles. So I'm just saying, let's not act like him saying he's bored is with just outlandish. Okay, that
It's
is,
outlandish to broke ass people.
you know.
Like, broke ass people can't imagine like not having nothing to do because they spend all of their days at work.
Yeah.
When they not at work, they got them fucking kids or something that's irritating their life where they don't have the ability to get bored. They're not able to do that. And that's because you have no money to keep you comfortable. Like, you gotta go to work and you gotta be stressed out. He ain't got all that shit. Like, the man that made millions. Like, he ain't been unsafe like Floyd with his money. He
Mm-hmm.
actually put his shit up and did something with it.
We ain't gonna even touch on that Floyd. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so that was kind of like the minor stuff. Okay, so let's just go on deep dive into the meat of the interview, what everybody really wanted to know about. Okay, so there's two different parts of this interview that people really, really wanted to know about. They wanted to know about going into the Bud Crawford fight, leading up to it, and then what happened actually in the fight. So the first thing I want to talk about is something that we talked about here on our show. 7-8 talked about it. They talked about it on Trill Boxing Talk when they were still on, and that is Derek James and when he decided to bring AJ and Ryan Garcia into the gym and how that had the potential to mess up his whole situation. So, in this show that we're doing, y'all, I just want to know, I just want the people to know because I've heard a lot of people saying he's making excuses. There's vocabulary, okay? There's excuses and then there are reasons. What he did in this interview was he didn't make one single excuse. He gave reasons for his performance. He didn't blame anything on anyone other than himself. Um and he gave answers to the questions that were asked of him. Okay? So Andre Ward asked him about camp leading up to the fight. And he just said plainly, man, that camp was trash. And Andre is like the rest of us, completely perplexed. Okay, so we learned a lot of stuff that we didn't even really ask for. Hey, Shaquila. We learned that because Andre Ward said, from the outside looking in, he's thinking Errol and Derek James have basically the same kind of close relationship that he and Virgil Hunter had. And Errol absolutely gave information and insight on their relationship. He said that Derek, first of all, if you know anything about Derek James, they probably have kind of him and Errol probably have similar personalities where they don't really talk much. Derek is not a talker like that anyway. If you've seen him in interviews and stuff, he's not much of a talker. Well, Errol let it be known that, him and DJ, they didn't have that kind of relationship that Andre and Virgil had. It wasn't a father son type of relationship. Now, Andre had his daddy just like Earl has his own father too, but they didn't have a closeness. They didn't have that. It was a strict trainer boxer relationship. It wasn't really like no familial situation that we all probably thought it was. That was not it. Thank you so much, Tyson4206. Thank you so much for coming through and subscribing. So, how did you feel about that? And I'm asking you this, knowing that you knew a lot of this information already. But how did that make you feel learning that?
You know what? You know what it made me feel. You know what it made me feel, friend. I ain't gotta tell you, I was tickled. Cause shout out to my cousin Bella. Cause like my cousin Bella said, we been told y'all. We was trying. We didn't come out and like say it to y'all, but we were trying to like ease things on y'all in a manner that y'all would be able to receive it. But a lot of y'all be out there in their truck. So, you know what I'm saying? You didn't hear it because the dick noises was blocking up your ear holes. But we told y'all about this shit when it was happening. And that's cool. Like, it didn't make me feel no way, friend. I was tickled because it made me right.
Mm,
It, and where people was telling me we don't know what we be talking about. We don't be in the loop like what we be saying. It sure is funny to me that we come out here and we really be giving y'all like little jewels and shit, and y'all don't believe it until like one of these weirdos on YouTube say it.
mm,
That's so strange to me. But like, shout out to my cousin Bella, cause you, Bella, like we was locked in. It's the reason why I be saying what I say about Alicia. I can't allow her to make this a permanent home
mm,
because I see the fighter that was before and I see the fighter now. Um when he brought all them people into the camp that year, friend, we looked at each other and we said,
mm,
and
mm,
like we saw everything and like it showed on the faces of the fighters at the time of their fights. And I'm gonna take y'all back. At that time, Frank was fighting Artem. EJ was getting ready to fight Bud. They were in Vegas, running in Vegas.
mm.
We all knew something wasn't right, but like you can't be that selfish when it comes to somebody else's career. If somebody trusts you enough to literally put their lives in your hands, because that's what you're doing as a trainer, you're guiding them through their shit. They have to do the performance, but you are their eyes, you are their ears, you are like, you're everything to them. For you to like be that person, not actually prepare your fighter or even make your fighter feel prepared for the biggest moment of their life. And y'all, not to come out here and tell y'all the business, right? But I had a very teary eyed moment with my friend because, like, I knew some shit and I just couldn't come out and say it
Mm,
because it would have put my friendship in jeopardy, like the shit that I do in jeopardy for me to come out and say. And I was like, damn, like this shit ain't right. Like this, it can't be like this for real. And it was, y'all.
it was. It was. It
It
was.
was.
It was.
So for EJ to finally come out and like is saying shit, I don't feel no type of way about it because we already knew. I'm just I'm hoping that the information that people are receiving, instead of them using their mouths to like just go and say the stuff that they saying, they go back and look at how things looked at that time, how the events were going at that time, how after Ryan and AJ came, the gym literally fell apart.
Mm,
EJ left, Frank left,
mm, mm.
The little guys that was there, because he had two like beginning pro guys, they left. He had Alex left.
Mm.
Everybody left the gym, y'all. Like, this was not a, it was a really big thing at the time. But y'all have to go back and just go look at stuff. It's there for you to see. All of this stuff is, we live in a time of media. You can go back and like literally track the events and map it out yourself, and you'll see. But I'm glad he coming out and finally saying something, because everybody needed to know this shit, because everybody was walking around just shitting on Errol. Oh, Bud just the best shit ever, and like, cool. Bud be Canelo. Like, I'm humble now, so I have to like eat my shit with a grain of salt. But like, that shit wasn't supposed to go like that, y'all, and it shouldn't have went like that. And oh, I forgot Mel. The Mel left.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All of his big the talent in the gym that put him on the map all decided they wanted to walk away. That was not coincidence.
And like, and really what it was, the bad juju visited the camp.
Hmm.
Because before Ryan made this his home, he was out here a couple of times, y'all. It wasn't just like a one time. That's not how you pick and a trainer work. You go out there for a little while and work with the trainer. Like, the bad juju got brought in the gym, and after the bad juju got brought, it didn't get clean. I tried to take the Florida water. They was like, "Nah, you gonna mess up the stink."
And the other thing is, and I know y'all don't like him a lot, but I'm gonna say it anyway. We put Ryan and AJ both in the group of bringing the bad juju. If you remember and you go back, obviously AJ saw something that he didn't like because he didn't stay very long. The only somebody that tried to stick it out, and I ain't even say he tried to stick it out because he left too eventually, was Ryan Garcia. I've always said he was the bad juju. I never grew. I mean, I wasn't a fan of seeing AJ in the gym like that, but I wasn't mad at AJ. I was mad at the Ryan shit. I was upset. JP City, thank you so much for the $4.99. He says, salute to the ladies in chat. I didn't like it. He knew he wasn't 100%, yet we were all still convinced to buy the fight. This is technically a juke. Oh, okay. I have some I have a few things to say to the people who were fans who are now very upset about learning that he wasn't 100% and that, he basically went ahead and went through with the fight because
Y'all ain't fucking happy about a goddamn thing. Y'all are never. That's what I meant when I said about boxing fans. So if he would have came out and told y'all 2-3 weeks before the fight, I'm hurt, I can't fight. What y'all? Oh, he's scared, bud. The truck is on the corner. Go outside, hurry. He put ice cream noises on it now so y'all can hear when it's coming. It got a jingle bell sound on it now. So if he would have came out and said, I'm hurt, I can't do this, or I'm not prepared, I'm not doing this, what's the percentage of people? Because I know some hoe ass dick suckers right now that got their dick sucking lips ready. Prepared to yell out some shits. If Errol would have pulled out of that fight, he would have been every motherfucking duck under the sun. And if you're sitting here saying, I wouldn't have said that, I'm going to call you a liar. And I would call you a liar to your face if I could look you in the face and tell you that.
And you would be 100% correct in saying so. 100% correct. Now, this is the other thing. This is the thing. And people are not taking any of these things into consideration because we're prisoners of the moment and we forget how stuff transpired. Okay. He had already had to pull out of a fight because of the eye situation. We were like on year 6 or 7 of building up this fight with Bud Crawford. Okay. He had had the car accident, the original Ferrari flip, okay, which kept him out for a considerable amount of time. He came back. He fought Danny Garcia. He won that fight. He was supposed to fight Manny Pacquiao next, okay? Couldn't do that because the doctor that time did the right thing. And there's another question that I want to pose a little later. The doctor that time did the right thing, pulled him from the fight, had he gone on and was cleared to do that, which, by the way, if you actually watched the full interview, he was prepared to sign off on fighting that fight with the eye injury and relieving the doctor from any kind of malpractice for allowing him to fight. He was wanting to do that, but that doctor put his foot down and said, no, you can't fight. So that sidelined him yet again after the initial Ferrari flip. We move forward. Pacquiao fights Ugas. Ugas whoops him. Now Errol comes back, decides, okay, I want Ugas then. He fights Ugas. Me and my friend are in the building for that. That fight was such a roller coaster ride because, if I'm being honest with myself, that was the fight that Errol didn't look like Errol. And I was expecting him to look like Errol because I've seen him post the Ferrari. So I thought he would have been better. Now, I ain't saying he was bad because he did what he did to Ugas, did him dirty, did him real bad. But I could see that the feet wasn't doing what I wanted the feet to do. Okay? So that happened. What did he say at the end of that fight? What's up, BF? He said at the end of that fight, y'all know what I want next. Terrence, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt. That's what he said. All the fans went stupid. All the fans went crazy. That's what we want. That's what we've been wanting. That's what we've been wanting. Woo, 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 woo. What's not being said is the silent part, but it's really loud now. He still didn't say it in that interview, but if you have any type of discernment, you know he still wasn't right. He still wasn't right. Even though he had fought twice, he still wasn't right. And when I say wasn't right, I mean he wasn't right mentally and he wasn't right physically. And if you think he was right physically, then guess what? He had another head-on collision car accident before the Bud Crawford fight. It didn't get a lot of pub. They tried to downplay it and act like it was something, it wasn't a big thing. But if you saw the pictures of the car, you know that whoever was in that car should have some type of remnants of some type of injury. You know this. But we think he's invincible because we've seen him fight after flipping that Ferrari. Okay, I'm guilty of that too. I'm like, man, he can't be stopped. He told us he was a savage, no broken bones. He adding to the legend. I'm eating it up, So here we go again. Nobody's taking any of that into consideration. We're just thinking he's okay. But if you listen to him in the interview, he gave a lot up, but it was a whole lot he didn't say. It was a lot he did not say. You can't make me believe he wasn't some type of depressed. He say he wasn't, but that's why I'm a big advocate for sports therapists. They need that really badly. I don't know if he ever went to therapy. He still needs to go, in my opinion, if he hasn't gone. And the reason why I can say that with confidence is because even through all the things that had happened to him up until that point, his hard-headed ass still had not learned his lesson, and he was still drowning his sorrows in the bottle. Still, after flipping the car, after the eye injury, he still, in his words, was not leading a fighter lifestyle. How y'all get mad at him for telling y'all what y'all have been questioning for years? He's telling you all the things. He's giving you the insight into all the things that people have been wanting to know for years. And y'all take it as your opportunity to say he's not a solid dude, he's not a stand-up dude. And I know why y'all saying that, because y'all lost a lot of money. A lot of y'all lost a lot of money. And I get it. I get it. But that's why it's called gambling. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called gambling. And this is a sport that is run by the mob. This is a sport that is directly tied to gambling. So you think they gonna let you know that an opponent is less than 100%? You really think they're gonna do that for you? You're the lick. You're the lick. They allow you to win sometimes, but you're the lick. Okay?
They don't know that, friend. The noises that they be making be stopping up their ears. They not even hearing what you're saying right now.
Man, say, again, I get it. People feel like it's not solid. He should have just kept that to himself. How you gonna tell somebody to do an interview and then not answer the questions that were asked? Okay, so let's rewind. Let's go back to the whole Derrick James thing. What happened? Why weren't they talking? Because Andre Ward was like all of us. He couldn't believe his ears when he said that he didn't even have any lefties in sparring. He couldn't believe his ears when EJ said, because he was like, well, what did you say? Which is something that I would have asked. Like, you didn't say nothing? You didn't say, no, why come we ain't got no lefties in camp? What he didn't say basically was they wasn't talking. Damn. Can y'all just read in between the lines? Basically, they was out of sorts. They wasn't on the same page. They wasn't in agreement about a lot of shit. He ain't finna outwardly say that, but if you use your context clues, you would know that they weren't in a good place as a team. Okay? And all of that, in my opinion, had to do with the fact that Derrick had brought those other folks into that gym. Friend, how you feel about that?
Friend, like I told you a while ago, we talking about people that can't hear because they be making noises with their throat. And you know how you wake up in the morning and you do that with your throat? You can't hear your ears because you making that noise with your throat, friend. They can't hear shit. Any and everything that man could have said is an excuse. I've been listening to him say it all damn day. It's an excuse. He could. Friend, I cannot come to sorts with people that wait for the ice cream truck of dick sucking to come to their neighborhood. I don't. I can't, friend. There's nothing that they can say that I feel is valuable at this point. Nothing that y'all say is valuable to me about this, about his whole situation. Like, we out here telling the truth. I was mad at Errol for a little while.
Wait, cause
Come on back, friend. You see,
and wait
my
a minute.
friend.
Who? Just 1 second. Keep your thought. Bang. Who's the creep? Let me know right now. Did
I'll
you
text
handle
you.
it? Okay.
I'll text you.
Okay, text me. Go ahead, friend. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was mad at Errol, y'all, and not just a little bit of of Errol. I was big, huge, really mad at Errol to the point where I was having to restrain myself from coming back out here saying shit to y'all. Like,
It
it
was
got serious for a little minute. You
it
know
was
what I'm
bad.
saying?
It was
It
bad. It
it
was
was bad, y'all. Like, y'all get to see the front part of this boxing shit. Y'all don't get to see the back part where people really be like, this our lives, like, for real. So, like, when I'm doing shit, I put my maximum into it because that's just me. Is you're gonna get the maximum amount of effort. So for me to have seen like all the shit that was going on and like some of the shit not getting said that need to be said and people was walking over shit, I was pissed. But
bad.
like for us to try to like sort through what other people is saying about EJ, I refuse, y'all. Like, I've watched some of y'all behind your favorite fighters. Y'all come in this chat with some of the shit with your favorite fighters, and me and my friend, we don't say nothing. We let y'all have a lot of it, but like, nothing that he gonna say is be good enough. If he over to Australia when he beat the shit out of Tim Zoo, that's not gonna be good enough. And like, no, Bella, my girl, that's my dog. We arguing here. Bella said something and she was like, EJ's come forward style. It's never was never a good match for Bud. Like
Right.
Bud would have beat him anyway, and like a lot of people have that opinion. But what would the fight look like, y'all, if that man wouldn't have been some of the shit going on that was going on? We won't never know what that shit actually would look like. And like I feel like when we're having this discussion now, like it's turning into like y'all making excuses for why Bud beat y'all guy. See, me, I'm the one that said Bud was on that shit. I piss everybody off. Low key, really. Cause the shit that like what Errol is saying ain't pushing the limit as far as like making people mad. I'm the Buzz on that shit when he beat Errol. Like I was the person that would get out and say some shit like that. What he's saying ain't like garnering some of like the shit that we hearing, and I'm just saying that shit, y'all, because I'm being a dick
Yeah.
right now. Like
Yeah.
I'm not being serious by any means, but I'm saying like for y'all be waiting for somebody to tell you the truth. You hear their truth, and here y'all are challenging what his truth is. Do y'all want to hear his truth, or do y'all want to hear what y'all got made up in y'all head? Because if we listening to what y'all got made up in y'all head, Mr. Budrick Trump, he is a Conti man. Okay, so we don't want to listen to stuff people got made up in their heads. Like Bud got a Bud body and a Trump head in my brain. Y'all don't want to hear the sick shit that go on in my head, and I don't want to hear the sick shit that go on in y'all's. Like we I wish he wouldn't have said nothing, friend.
No, I'm glad that he actually did. I'm glad that he actually did, because what he did was he confirmed a lot of the things that had been out and that had been swirling and circulating, that people told us we was just saying just to be saying, and wasn't nothing wrong with him, and da 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 da. Again, I will go back to reasons for things happening and then excuses for things happening. He gave you the reasons why things happened in the fight. He gave you intel on what camp was like. He said the camp was trash. Now, he never told us why he needed to get a cortisone shot in his ribs. He had to get it approved to get a cortisone shot in his ribs. We all heard the reports that he had his ribs either broken or bruised in sparring. He told us he didn't spar 8 weeks out. There's no reason for the man to lie about none of this. We'd already heard it. People had already been talking about it. He only confirmed some of the things that we had heard. He said at a later date, he'll put everything out. It make no doubt about it. There's absolutely going to be a movie about this man's life, as it should be. Yeah, a Hollywood writer couldn't write a script and people believe it, the things that has happened to this man in his boxing career. But again, he made no excuses. He gave Bud all the credit in the world. Before this interview, he had to go. He didn't have to, but he did. He took it upon himself to go on Twitter because he heard all the bitching and the moaning that the people were saying, talking about he taken away from Bud and da-da-da. It's 3 years after that fight. Bud is still on his victory tour. Okay. He did a victory tour for beating Errol harder than he did for beating Canelo, if we just being honest. Okay.
Shit.
Yeah.
You can do that when you on the shit.
Ma'am, stop.
I tour the fucking country too. If I didn't beat my fucking biggest iPhone, man, say that's
Yeah.
me juicing up to go whoop Clarissa Shields' ass, and then coming to YouTube telling everybody I beat Clarissa's ass, knowing damn well that I've been getting my cheeks stuffed for the last fucking 52 weeks so I can beat this girl.
Well.
I'm just saying, man, don't take me serious because I know y'all be wanting to cry every time I bring up somebody on the juice. But that's how I feel. Every time y'all be wanting to say some shit about Errol and what Errol wasn't, I promise y'all, every time I see that comment, I'm gonna say something about Bud being on the juice. And if you don't want me to say it, you get your lawyers to send me the paperwork. Because
Okay.
yeah, go ahead, friend. My bad.
No, okay, so he addressed that going into camp. Um, it was obvious from what he said that he and Derek were not on the same page. He wasn't doing anything but hitting the mitts. Keep in mind this was after the Ugas fight, and he had go. Oh, this is the other thing I want to remind the people. And I want to remind all the people who are saying that he basically juked them, he scammed them, he lied to them, because he did. He went in front of the cameras and told everybody this training camp has been going great. I'm ready. I'm about to do a crawfish boy. He said he sold the fight. He absolutely sold the fight. But I want you all to remember, because a lot of people are saying why he just didn't pull out the fight. Why didn't he postpone the fight? Why didn't he, get well and then make the fight? If you listen to the interview, he said he didn't know if that was going to be his last fight or not. He in his mind, that had the potential to be his final outcome, so his final fight. So no, he's not gonna postpone or cancel the fight that has been brewing for 6 or 7 years. A fight that he completely went against his advisors to get made. That's the other thing that a lot of people who were pro Errol before this interview, they don't want to speak on that part. And I've heard him speak on it before, where Errol is the one who got this fight done. He was the one who made this fight. He's the one who made concessions to get this fight done. We wouldn't have seen it if it wasn't for Errol. And even though as an Errol fan, I saw it and I hated what I had to view, it was Errol who took the initiative to make the fight happen. It was Errol who went against his advisors to make the fight happen. It was Errol who decided to say, you know what, give him what he wants. We're going to make this fight happen. All of those things. So you go against your people to make the fight happen. Then something happens. We still don't know how the ribs get fucked up. We still don't know what happened with that. But his mind state is fucked up going into this fight. And he had a decision to make. Am I going to go through with the fight, make my biggest payday, and get out the game, potentially get out the game, this be my last fight, or postpone this fight, not knowing what's next, and knowing that I already had to postpone a big major fight. I already had to postpone this date because I was in an accident. When you have things that keep happening to you back to back to back to back to back, you're probably gonna jump on the shit that you can jump on when you can jump on it. Like, I'm not understanding how y'all, and I don't want to say I'm not understanding, because I do understand. I do understand because y'all gambled and you lost. You trusted what he said and he wasn't telling the truth.
Hey, you know what they say? They say if you ain't got it, don't gamble. I went to Vegas and lost 10 bands. I ain't come in here this bitch and cry.
Well,
So you know what I'm saying? Like y'all be trying. I don't like that macho man shit because y'all be putting me in the mind games and some shit to play big bank, little bank, and I hate to have to like dig into some shit to have to like stand on a nigga's neck. But like you ain't got no y'all. If you ain't got it, don't bet. That's how you get yourself in the Adrian Broner situation.
mm. And
Like. Go ahead, friend. Go ahead.
that's just the bottom line. That's why it's called gambling. Yet again, that's why it's called gambling. Y'all come on here and y'all talk about boxing like it's an upstanding sport. Y'all talk about boxing like the sanctioning bodies haven't been corrupt since the inception of the sport. And then you try to act like the boxers who get, done up by sanctioning bodies and they fees and stuff like that. Like something is wrong with them for, taking this fight knowing they were hurt. I get it. I wish he would have waited. I wish he could have waited. I wish he could have gotten completely healed. But if you look at the totality of the interview and what he was saying, he wasn't in a good place. It just, minus the physical, his mental wasn't in a good place. He was cashing out. That's what he was doing. He was cashing out. And people are talking about, I can't trust nothing he said, blah, 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 blah. What boxer you trust? What boxer you got your full hope and trust behind? Which one? He had already waited a year and a half. Which boxer do you have your full trust in? Which one?
Budrick. They trust Budrick. Budrick, they got Budrick draws. They mama named Budrick. If they can get out there and dance with Budrick's damn mama, they be out there twirling her ass around. And Budrick would walk on their ass. And Budrick, they trust, friend.
Well, he's not here anymore. So he's retired. So which boxer do you fully put? You can't even trust Boots because Boots was telling y'all he had his best count in forever when he was at 147, and then in the next breath he's telling you that he's draining himself, killing himself to make it.
And whoever told Boots that he was fighting at 40% of his goddamn potential, whoever told him that, you lied. And whoever is still giving him access to them HOA trees, hey, y'all be supporting the wrong shit. Y'all need to tell y'all fighter what a real damn wooded area look like. Because him chopping down those residential trees, that shit is tearing me very bad. And I want him to stop it.
Oh, I'm just saying. They all say that before the fight. Every last one of them. They've all said that. When Tank fought Pitbull Cruz, he supposedly hurt his hand before during training camp or whatever, but he fought him anyway. He said, you know what, my hand is fine. Lo and behold, during the fight, he hurts his hand again. So, okay, just you lost your money. Say that, but don't try to act like he's the only boxer in the world that has ever said he had the best training camp of his life and that he's ready knowing he was injured. I just hate how people are trying to act like he's doing something that's never been done before and he's stealing our money and he just wanted financial gain and he didn't care nothing about his fans. If he didn't care about his fans, he wouldn't have gone against his advisors to make the fight happen in the first fucking place.
And if you're mad about your bets, if you are upset about a bet that you placed on that fight and because Errol fought because he was injured, you should not be betting. And I want to start a program for you guys because apparently you need some money management. I've been sending people to money management. You need money management. If you are making bets, I saw somebody say the other day, I don't care what he said. I lost my mortgage, bitch.
You're the dummy.
You lost your mortgage?
You're the dummy.
Guess what? You can't stay with me, Kenny, and the kids. I don't know where you're going, but
again, short bus shorties. Cause why would you? Why would you? Bo Deezy the late bloomer, thank you so much. He says for the $9.99. He says footage of EJ's camp for Crawford online. Type in Rocky 3 Clubber Lane training first fight. All jokes aside, EJ just kept it 100 and was accountable for his own actions. This explains why no rematch. Absolutely. He said that. Al just knew that he wouldn't be ready in time for a rematch. That's why he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Thank you so much, Freedom's March. He says salute to the lovely ladies. Thank you so much for coming through with that. Boxing Fan Times 4, he ain't say nothing. He just dropped a big fish in a nice cool $1.99.
Bang, that's what I'm saying. Like, These people are not using their brains. Like they literally are coming out saying, you should have told me you was hurt.
It, are you
What?
stupid?
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, they dumb. Cause I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. It's been times where I didn't have a voice. I came in this bitch because something really, really good happened to me and my friend. And I had to come in here and do my damn job. I'm going to work. You offer me $12 more than what I'm making right now. Guess the fuck what?
Listen, I go to work sick all the time because I've already planned what day I'm gonna play hooky with my real sick days.
Hello? I sat at my computer today and literally counted off 20 physical days that I do not have to go to work. Y'all. when,
You
when
know,
you sick, y'all sitting here acting un-American.
can
And I
y'all
don't
be
like
for
that.
real? I mean, they not being for real. They really are living in a la la land. Now and I'm gonna say it because I'm gonna just say it. You can understand how certain fighters cannot give us the fights that we have been begging for years in order to go do other things, make other fights with people we had no intent on, make exhibition fights. Let me just say that. You could understand that when that was a possibility, but you can't understand somebody giving us a fight that we had all been asking for forever, um even being less than 100%, still doing it because it was not only going to do two things: give the fans what they wanted to see and give him the money that he wanted to secure his family for years to come. You got a problem with that, but you were okay with other fighters getting a draw with somebody you say he had no business getting a draw with. Not rematching that fight, but going to fight Jake Paul. Get the fuck out of my face. Shut up talking to me. Miss me with it all. Okay? Miss me with it. I still want to hone in on the folks who seem to think by some stretch of the imagination this is taking credit away from Bud Crawford. The rumors had already been circulating. Everybody had already said, hey, if he wasn't ready, he shouldn't have got in there. He said it on the interview. Listen, I got to take what happens. My hard-headedness has gotten me in a lot of compromising positions for the most part. I'm paraphrasing. And that just happens to be another one. Okay? I wasn't willing to postpone the fight because I didn't know where my next fight was going to come from or if I was going to have another next fight. So he went and did the damn fight. I just, again, I'm not saying that he was right or wrong for doing it. I understand why he did it, is what I'm saying. And I see a lot of boxing fans being extremely selfish. But when a boxer is selfish, it's a problem. Unless it's your favorite. It's a problem. Okay. So the other thing that I wanted to discuss, the other thing that I wanted to talk on, discuss, friend, did you hear when he said, because I tripped out, he had to stop himself. He didn't say it, but he said it. Andre asked him after he found out about all the stuff about training camp and the rib injury. He was like, well, how did you feel on the night of? Which was a big question because everybody was saying he looked high, how did you feel on the night of? And he said, basically, he had resolved to knowing that he was finna get beat. He didn't say that, but that's what I took away from it. He had resolved himself to knowing he was finna get beat. Now, his ego and his hard-headedness had him thinking he was finna be in there and be competitive. He thought he had enough to be competitive with Bud. That wasn't true. But that's the arrogance, that's the hard-headedness, that was his ego. Because he told Andre, shit, I just, I was gonna go basically,
And go to work.
I was gonna go to work. Andre asked him how he felt when he was in that position. He'd never been, knocked down before. Like, did it make you start wondering if you was gonna, how were you feeling? He was like, no, I was just in there thinking, shit, let me get up, let me get the fight. And all of that wasn't running through my mind. I'm just thinking about, let me finish this fight. Let me get up and basically see what I can do. Do my BESS is what he said. It just, how did it make you feel knowing that he pretty much kind of knew he wasn't going to win that fight, friend?
Again, friend, none of this make me feel no kind of way. Cause all I would feel like saying, I told you so, niggas. That's all I feel like saying, friend. Initially, if you want to ask me when I heard this the first time, I was sad. Because like the nigga was defeated, man. Like to hear that shit come out of his mouth, that kind of like made me stand off to the side a little bit. But like, I don't know. I don't know, friend. I was sad. I was sad. But like, I'm glad that he accepted the shit beforehand, and it did, because it could have been worse if he didn't accept it. If he never would have accepted this, we probably wouldn't be seeing Errol again.
Mm.
Cause honestly, that shit was, it was traumatic for me, and I did not go.
Mm.
I
Mm.
can't imagine like being there, and I can't imagine like being there and being as close to shit as me and my friend are now.
Man, say we'd have been in there slanging snot. You heard me?
Oh,
Slanging
listen.
snot. Send Janae the link.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, we would have been in there slanging snot. I was slanging snot by myself once I got back to my hotel room, and I was trying to keep away from, I was just, it was a bad day. BF
I
saw
had a
me.
house full of folk. I had a
B,
house full of people. I literally left those people. I just got a house, you guys. I
B,
literally left those people in the living room and like went in my room, and I was just sitting in my room, and I was just, I ain't gonna lie, I was sick. But me watching that shit with Frank, I think they were about equal, friend. I ain't gonna lie to you.
mm,
Cause y'all, my friend was with me that night, baby. I was in there slaying. I couldn't even get up out my seat.
yeah, she was sick. She was sick.
I was
She was
not
sick.
only I had lost 10 racks, 10 big stick stacks.
Yeah, yeah, she was sick.
I had put a lot into that fight, y'all. Y'all just don't understand. I put a lot into that fight, and to see that shit go, knowing what I knew, how that shit went, the build up to that shit, I couldn't even get up out my seat, y'all. All I could do was just sit in that bitch and let them little tears come on down my face, cause
Yeah,
I couldn't move, man.
it was a bad day. I've watched it since, but it took me a long time to go back and we
I still
rewatch.
haven't watched Errol and Bud again, friend. That
Oh, it
first
took me a
time
long
will
time to do.
always be the last time. Mm.
It took me a long time to rewatch that. It took me a long time to rewatch that. So now we're here. He spoke on the fight, the actual fight. And again, I know some of y'all don't like it, but this man is allowed to tell what happened leading up to that fight. You may not want to hear it. You may want to twist it and say he's making excuses. You may think he should have taken it to his grave. Fuck yeah. Okay? Go ahead, friend.
My thing is this, and I just want to ask like a very simple question. Why isn't he allowed to tell y'all his truth? Like, why would y'all say like he never should have said anything, or like does that make him less of a person because he finally came out and said something? Like I see y'all, they too fine to be repeating these excuses. Like it's excuses to y'all. It's excuses to people that ain't never had to lace up them gloves, lace up them boxing shoes, put the mouthpiece in and get the work. Cause what y'all thinking is like some simple, easy feat. Fight week is tough enough. Fight night is a different type of animal. And like that's a lot of shit that y'all be putting on these fighters for real. And y'all gotta think about the shit that y'all be saying and shit, they be seeing it. And imagine somebody coming to your job calling you a raggedy motherfucker every day.
And it's not even that. Like I said he's trying to tell you all that he's not making any excuses. He tried to tell you all it was all on him. Even with the Derrick James situation, he said he didn't come to camp right. He had been not living a fighter's lifestyle. So when he came to camp, he wasn't even the best he could be coming into camp, let alone whatever was going on with him and Derrick James personally that wasn't right. And look who we have, Lady J.
Hey, sister.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl.
She wanted to get in on this conversation. Before I let you have it, Janae, I wanted to say this though. Y'all can't get mad because
Don't forget to take out your trash and recyclable items. They run tomorrow.
Really, Alexa?
Alexa be telling all your business, friend.
Really, Alexa?
Alexa be telling all your business, baby. You better get it.
Yeah, exactly, crisscross. You want to know the details until the details aren't what you wanted to hear. You want to know the details until the details undermine something that you thought or whatever. You want to know all the details. You want to know the truth. He don't even talk. He don't be telling nothing. He don't say nothing. He be out the way. He should do more interviews. He should do this. They should be more transparent. But when people tell you exactly what was going on and what happened, then you're mad about that. So you're not happy with anything. Like my friend said, you're going to find a way to have an attitude about something. The man also said he gives Bud all the credit in the world because Bud did basically what he couldn't do, which was lead a fighter's lifestyle. And we all know the stress and strife that Bud came from, but yet he was able to keep his mind and head in the game and stay away from the foolishness. Errol, for whatever reason, wasn't able to do that. And it's so ironic that he said, he opened up and said this. If you were listening, he's a quiet dude. People initially, because I don't want to say people, I'm gonna say me, because I'm thinking that was like a one-off kind of accident. This was before I knew the truth. I'm thinking he just, the Ferrari flip was an isolated incident. He didn't say it, but he had a little drinking problem. Okay, and it's a lot of the boxers that don't just have a good time, but they have a little drinking problem. Okay, and before you could call a spade, you got to just really sit with the fact that, yeah, I got a problem. Like this ain't just every now and then. Nah, I got a problem. You have to come to grips with that. Do y'all know what that means or how that feels to have to come to grips with yourself and tell yourself, you know what, I got a little drinking problem? All of those things are going on in the mind of the boxer. So, yeah. Lady J, welcome, honey.
I miss my girls.
How are you?
Hey, sister.
Hey, honey, I was driving home and I seen the red dot. I said, ain't nobody told me nothing. Cause baby, I would have stayed in the office, honey, just for this one, because my, do I have a lot to say.
I know you do.
I got a lot to say.
Go ahead.
How many minutes y'all into the show?
Oh, girl, we in good.
We in the gone.
Good. Yeah, go ahead.
I wish that everyone could see my face when I'm about to say what I'm about to say. But fuck Derek James,
Uh-oh.
and I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Uh-oh.
I mean that from the depths of within my soul.
Oh.
Now that I got that off my chest, I know that we're in a crisis where you all can't keep your attention span, and y'all don't read and comprehend real good. But I need for everybody to go sit down. And Andre was so nice enough to put little markers of what was said at certain minutes of this interview. And y'all need to go watch it instead of watching the clips.
Yes.
There was so much said that wasn't said.
Girl, we've been talking about it. Yes.
There was so much said that was not said. I appreciated the part where he talked about taking the loss, how he got really back in touch with God because he wasn't, and he could admit that, and then say, you know what? Yeah, I had to sit down. Yeah, I had to sit down. Because one thing about life, baby, in case y'all don't know, you ain't found out, life will humble that ass.
Won't it?
It's going to teach you a trick or two.
Won't it?
It gets the best of us. It gets to all of us. I really appreciated that part. There were several parts where you have to pick up what Errol is putting down. Was he blaming Derek fully for what happened? No. Was he saying that Derek played a part in what happened? Yes. Do I understand why Errol don't want to come up off that money and pay Derek? Yes. Because you have me totally fucked up that you don't bring in no lefties, no sparring partners. We did pad work for the illest nigga from Nebraska. We hit the mids for the hey, for a man that eats Cheetos in the corner and a motherfucker who got shot and drove himself to the hospital. All we did was pad work. Are you well? What kind of coach you is? I would have had to whoop Derek's ass. Cause what, man? No, you was playing. And to me, I'm not saying that this is what happened, but what I am saying is, if that was really the approach that Derek took, to me, that sounds like you didn't give a fuck how the fight went either.
Well, we know that because he was on a flight to London for AJ the next morning.
It wasn't even the next morning. He was at the airport at 12:45, you guys.
You so right.
Yeah.
You so right.
And I'm not going to say Errol is right, but I ain't going to say Errol is wrong.
Well,
you know, I appreciate also how much he talked about Al, how much he has talked about how he has really taken care of his money.
You breaking up.
A lot of fighters. Uh-oh. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Okay. You know, I appreciate how he talked about taking care of his money and how Al was talking to him about that from early in his career. And he really took heed to that advice because we see what happens when you're not taking care of your money. We got an example on stream every day.
Boop.
I'm glad that Errol got a hold of that drinking problem because we see when you don't, it's on stream every day. What happens if you don't get a hold of yourself? That sounded like a grown-ass man who done sat down and had time to think about and reflect on all the good and the bad that he did.
Correct.
and he took accountability. And it's like you said, Nick. See, the problem with people, this is just people in general. This ain't even boxing fans. This is just people in general. When people so badly want to poke a hole in somebody's story to make them seem like they aren't who they are. And that's y'all's problem. Y'all need to just accept for what it is. That man didn't get on there and say one excuse. He just got on there and said what it was. Now, if you don't like it, then you don't like it.
Fuck you.
But do we really care if you like it or not? Because guess what? You still tuned in. You watched the clip. You subjected yourself to the information. So you sound stupid. Y'all gotta take shit for what it is. And that's what's wrong with y'all Tank fans. See, y'all don't want to call things what it is. Y'all want to twist it up and turn it around, because in reality, excuse my language, y'all some bitches too. That's why it resonates so much. So when a real man sit down and get to chopping it up and telling y'all some real stuff, you can't recognize that. You don't know what that's about. Y'all don't know what that's about. So I thought it was a very telling interview. I thought that it was very mature. You can tell he and Andre are pretty cool, because he talked more than I think Errol has ever talked in his life.
Ever.
He doesn't talk like that. So
I don't know, cause he sure talked your friend up real fucking good. I didn't know either. I didn't know. She is the queen. The queen of boxing, baby.
Yeah.
My bad, Janae. My bad.
Yeah. Y'all the queens of boxing. You know what I'm saying? When people that see, and this is, I've always told my friends this. People just gotta know them. And then they won't take the shit that they say so to heart. Like, they wouldn't be all tied up in their chest about it. Cause like, my girls is really solid people. They good people. You just gotta have a sense of humor. And that's your problem. Y'all got sticks up your ass. Take them out. Take a chill pill, man. Life is too short to be with all that serious shit, man. I ain't been by the show. Do y'all know what's been going on in my life? Man, please take a load off.
Life be lifing. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm tripping at how many people who call themselves supporters of Spence or Spence fans or whatever. I understand y'all maybe lost some money, some shit like that. But to say like he's not solid, because he did what every boxer has ever done that has ever had an injury before the fight that, they could fight with, and said, he had the best training camp and he's in great shape and he can't wait to go. That's the reason that you choose to like say he's not solid. I'm questioning you. I'm looking at you sideways. I'm looking at those people sideways who call themselves boxing commentators or content creators, and he gives a vulnerable interview like this, and you decide because he tells you the reasoning behind why he looked the way he did, that it's some kind of way taking away from Terrence Crawford. He said nothing about Bud except that he did exactly what he was supposed to do. If I can't tell you about me, who else is supposed to tell you about me? Who else is supposed to tell you about me? That's a you problem that you've made it about Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford has already told you he was well prepared, and he showed it in the ring that night. He's shown it since that fight. That interview was for Errol Spence to tell y'all what was going on with him leading up to the fight, and to essentially let you know why he's coming back, because it's not like he has to. He gave a little nugget that went over a lot of people's heads that I'll speak on. Since we're talking about folks who, got to get back in the ring. Got to get back in the ring. He said Floyd Mayweather was trying to sign him when he first turned professional. And Al Heyman said, no. absolutely not. So, yeah, Al knew. Al gives good advice. Okay, yeah, he gives good advice. Yeah, yes, he does. So, I just don't understand. Let me not say I don't understand, because I do. I get it. I get your viewpoint, but I think it's really disingenuous for people to say he should have never said nothing. He should have took it to his grave. He shouldn't have never said that he's not solid for saying that. Okay. If you don't want to be a fan, don't be a fan then. If you don't want to watch, don't watch. If you don't trust him, don't bet on him then. You know? That's just as simple as that.
But the crazy thing is, if he would have sat through that whole interview with Andre and they blew straight past that, never brought it up. Oh, why he don't want to talk about Bud? Bud beat his ass so bad he don't even want to talk about him. Y'all are never happy
about nothing.
You're gonna be happy
about anything. Bo Deezy, thank you so much. He says a lot of people can't handle the details or the definition of accountability and applying it to their lives. Exactly. Now I do want to see this. Chris Cross, he said it's a double standard, because if Errol won and he had these problems, people would be singing his praises, as we should if he had won. And truth be told, no athlete playing a physical sport is 100%. And I actually agree with you on that. But not being 100% and being injured are two totally different things. Now, this is the question that I have for both of you ladies, because there was a fight that he was scheduled to have with Manny Pacquiao, but he was pulled from that fight because of his eye. When and what are injuries that are deemed serious enough for you to not be eligible to fight? Because I am absolutely sure that because they had to approve of a cortisone shot, that they knew his ribs were jacked up. So why was he allowed to fight? When do the doctors step in and say, yeah, no, we can't allow this to happen?
I think it's
you want to go, okay, you go first and then I'll go.
You know, and friend, I think you're gonna say the same thing. He did say that they all knew that if he fought, he would lose his eye permanently.
Okay.
Like if he got hit in that eye, he was gonna lose it forever.
Fight. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and how can I put this as nice and as political as I can be? Errol fighting Manny Pacquiao, it ain't really a lot on the line.
Well, he said that he told the doctor he wouldn't get hit in the eye. He was willing to do it.
Yeah, but how can what am I?
Just say it.
At that point, Errol has had nothing to gain or lose by not taking that fight, right?
Oh, okay.
At this point, the whole the whole thing had been solidified.
Building.
Yes, there's so much on the line. And I do think he touched on it a little bit by saying basically like he felt like Bud would have chased him to 154, but how do you know that for sure?
Correct.
So it's kind of hard, and it's one of them situations where it's like, do I want to go ahead and get my check and my money now? And then you going into it thinking, now he's saying he wasn't going into it thinking he was going to win, but everybody else is thinking, okay, we're going to doctor him up, we're going to patch him up, we're going to put him in there, and he's going to his life. And we see that's not what happened. But how many fighters do we know have broken hands, have all these kind of crazy things that we know is going on, and everybody's like, no, it's fine.
We was looking at Sebastian Fundora's bicep before his last fight. We all was like, Not even Sebastian's Ugas's bicep was messed up, remember?
So that's my question. When do the doctors deem something serious enough to not allow you to fight?
Okay, so here's how the timeline of medicals go, right? So, because Janae's stuff was a little different from mine. So, they get the call for the fight, right? And then you get medicals lined up, right? You get the results from that stuff. You go back, you do your appointment, go back the following week, get the results. So, whatever the results are from that, that's when they typically start determining, like, when you're able to fight. It starts at that initial. So if you have an injury, which we've been here, right? So if you have an injury, they do that first initial, and then they go another midway through camp. If you go through that next one midway through camp, improvement or like you're good, they'll clear you. If you go back and you're not right, they won't clear you to fight.
Okay. Okay.
But it starts at that initial. They point it out at that initial. You'll get some pushback on that first appointment.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Friend, but I feel like depending on the fight, they kind of leave it up to the fighter of like, I know that you're not good. I will never say that the doctors don't know. It's just, what magnitude are we fighting at? Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence was the hottest thing smoking. They're not going to tell, they like, are you going to die if you get punched in the rib? Probably not.
And the fact that he was willing to do it as well.
That's exactly. You lose your eye permanently and you can't make any more money. You can never fight again. That's a totally different level we're taking it to.
Okay. And Michael Ray, you're absolutely right. He says they were calling EJ a duck for the Menace situation, and they did. And he says the Bud situation would have been worse if he had postponed. And that was my thing. We already know they would. Yes, the doctor had integrity. We already know what they had already previously said about an old ass Manny Pacquiao. Because keep in mind, that Manny hadn't had the Ugas fight yet. That Manny was coming off of beating Keith Thurman. So that fight was a big fight back then, Janae. That fight was a big fight. That was a huge money fight. That's why he was willing to risk losing that damn eye, because that actually at the time was a huge money fight for EJ. He had just Manny Pacquiao had just beat Keith Thurman. And he wanted that belt because he ended up collecting it from Ugas because Ugas beat him. So at the time, that was a big fight for him. The doctor had enough integrity to say, yeah, no. I don't care what you're talking about, no. And he lost that fight, which is another reason that added to the reason why he went ahead and didn't postpone the Bud fight. So all of those things are all of those things, put all of those things into context when you want to sit up and judge a person for telling you the reason why the fight ended up like it ended up, and actually giving you the facts and the truth about why he took the fight. Now, he didn't go and put it into perspective about, the things that had happened to him and how they happened to him and what they did to his mental, what they did to his physical. But if you're a boxing fan and you were there at the time, just take a minute and think about all the stuff that happened to that man before that fight. When he says he didn't think he was gonna fight again, that's some real shit to say. He really believed that. So again, I don't want to just shit on the people who disagree, because everybody has, their opinion. But I saw a lot of stuff that had me looking at a lot of people sideways, because you love to defend yourself. You'll get up on your lives and have a 500-minute live about a beef you having with another content creator. But this man can't tell you the truth about what happened in his real life, at his real job. Y'all can really miss me with that shit. Y'all can really miss me with that shit. So, is there anything else that we missed that we need to cover, friend?
I mean, why we here, friend? Because we ain't coming back till, hell, we might not even come back Sunday. Floyd. That's the only thing. We can do Floyd. We'll do Floyd another day.
Now we can do Floyd right now because yeah, we talking about money and why people do the things that they do in the world of boxing, whether you agree or not agree. But in that same interview, Errol Spence told us he hasn't touched the principle on the fight that he did with Crawford or Ugas. He has been taking good care of his money, unlike Mr. Mayweather. Friend, what's going on with Floyd Mayweather?
I don't know, but checks is bouncing like booty cheeks in the summer off high Hennessy. You hear me? That shit was crazy to me, baby. 200 bands for a check bounce. Do you not know who the Federales is, Floyd?
Man.
That's a big old bounce check, baby. 200K.
Floyd, what happened, baby? What happened?
Listen, that's what happened when you start being an old nigga trying to live a young nigga life.
Floyd.
You trying to keep up with the Joneses and shit. And like for real, I'ma tell y'all, these boxers be making money, right? They do. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. They make money. But what y'all thinking is like money for real, they don't be. You gotta think that the manager gotta get paid, the trainer got to get paid, and like they get paid off percentages, right? So where y'all thinking, oh, they only getting paid like 30, 40, $500. Yeah, all right. So if Floyd made, let's just say 20 million on a fight, right?
Mm.
His manager alone is getting 30% of that, you guys.
Mm.
Y'all think the promotional company get the biggest chunk of the pay? It's not the promotion. The manager get the biggest chunk of the pay, and depending on the name on the manager, that determines actually how much he gonna charge you. 30% is the maximum. People typically get numbers about like 15 and 20, but when you got a real them guys that y'all know that are managers, they're making a shitload of bread, right? So he's not getting that little money that y'all have convinced that they making. That's why like these fighters be falling out with their people about these handshake deals and shit.
Janae, baby, your camera is on.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's turning on. Oh, yeah. Look, that's why you guys. That because these people are paid in percentages. So this money that you think these guys are getting, they're not. They're getting a piece of that money because what y'all don't know is because y'all don't get the privy to read contracts. You know, in 90% of those contracts, there's some front money in there. They gave you money to pay for camp. They gave you money to pay for your bullshit that you didn't pay for during the year while you didn't have no money. And those advances can be up to $500 to $1,000,000, depending on how much your purse is. They ain't gonna fuck you completely, but they gonna put the tip in real dry. Yeah. So, but y'all don't know these things because y'all don't have access to like that type of shit. So where y'all be like, shit, Floyd got money. No, Floyd got loans. Floyd got like pieces of money that was given to him. Floyd ain't never like did that. And I want y'all, the IRS don't take their money out of these guys' purses either, you guys. So you need to include that they have to pay for taxes and shit too.
Let me read these super chats that I did not see. Sorry. Coach Amber, thank you so much for sliding through with the $5 super chat. She says everyone in Dallas already knew. Fans are just finding out. And that part. We did. But I appreciate that he confirmed for the people who didn't know. Odizzi also said we all knew something was wrong. EJ gave the details. If you get cheated on in your relationship, would you want the details? As a woman, I be wanting to know. Yeah. So, yeah, Floyd. Janae, what's going on with Floyd? What's Floyd? What's going on?
Well, he done wrote a check his ass can't cash, literally.
check, please.
He done wrote a check and it done bounced on his ass. Boy, I tell you what, life is fun. Again, if y'all haven't learned nothing in the past 2 days, life is gonna find a way to humble you. It'll bring
Hmm.
you to your knees.
Hmm.
Life is humbling Floyd. He ain't never had an issue in the ego department. But let me tell you, life do a trick on your ass. If
Hmm.
you It really will. He bounced some checks, friend, and then they gave him time to pay it, and he said, "Fuck him." He on the run for the money. Now Floyd is lucky that these are some very nice people, and all they want to do is have press charges. Other people would take Floyd's fingers off, or take a kneecap out, or kidnap one of his children, for 200 grand.
Damn.
So
Look,
I'm
they still looking for that one news lady reporter mama. They still ain't found her mama yet. So
What
I
they haven't, and girl, she had to go back to work.
hey, I'm just telling y'all what I know. People have you hog tied up in a basement, fucking around with their money. Okay, so all I'm saying is you're playing. You're playing. You need to call up 50. Y'all need to get right. You need to get you some checks. You need to sell them Birkins. They ain't working.
Hmm.
Okay, but also, what do we expect? This is a man who is like my friend said, he an old man trying to play a young man's game. He out here tricking it off. You just had a baby 4 years ago with excuse me, with the stripper. You flying all around the world. You got all these children, grandchildren that you got on payroll. You got all these cars that's collecting dust. And what and the thing that really pisses me off is y'all be talking about, well, Floyd said he made smart investments. Well, first of all, a lie don't care who tell it. And second of all, how y'all trusting a man who can't even read?
Damn.
He can't even read a page out of a Harry Potter book, and y'all gonna tell me that he made smart investments? I must have Boo Boo the Fool. My name, matter of fact, next time I come in here, my name ain't gonna be Lady J. It's gonna be Boo Boo the Fool, cause that's who I am.
Damn. And that was an interesting thing because Andre Ward actually asked Errol how he felt about Floyd coming back. Yeah, he's gonna have an exhibition, and then supposedly he's coming back to fight Manny Pacquiao. And Errol was like, I guess it's okay since both of them are around the same age, but like, really and truly, you don't want to have to do this. And after like that third exhibition, I kind of start thinking to myself, something ain't right, because if you have as much money as you say you have, there's no reason in the world why you still making exhibition fights. And what really did it for me was when he did that exhibition fight on the zone, when PBC had a contract still with Showtime. It was like, something's really going on here. Something just ain't right. So nobody's heard from Leonard in a while. I wonder how he's doing.
He's putting his
where's
on.
the money, LaShondra? Your name ain't even LaShondra. But where's the money? Because I see you at these fights and you got 50, 11 chains on. Sell a chain, Floyd. Sell one of them cars in the garage that got dust on it, fam. Like what? Sell a house. Is you renting Airbnb? Is it Airbnbs? Is it somebody else's shit? Because I didn't know Airbnb been around for like 2011, 900 years. So is you Airbnb in rich people's houses? And that's why they need to bring back cribs. They need to bring back cribs so I can see people's houses, man. I need to see your house, man. I need to see your house.
Yeah, this is Yeah, well, you know what, Bella? Initially, he was supposed to be suing Showtime and Steven, but I haven't heard any news about that. The last I heard, somebody said that had been settled, but I don't know if there's any truth to that. What I do know is that uh, everything looks like it's crumbling in on him. Looks like it's crumbling in. See, Ricky Kuchin, you must be from the UK talking about Spencer robbed the fans. Spencer, who is Spencer? Who the fuck is Spencer? Okay.
That's that man on the show with Tunde with the beard.
Yeah, Spencer Furion. Is that who you talking about? Spencer didn't rob anybody. I don't know.
Hell, that's what Janae said. Janae said PBC was a Ponzi scheme. I don't know who got, huh?
Yeah, so she did say that a while ago.
She did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what what we're doing here as boxing fans. But you know what I've noticed? We didn't had something we to say we never have here. We didn't have a 2-hour show. And in 2 hours, I saw 50 people that be listening to that jingle bell to run out of their houses with no shoes on, no drawers on. They just run outside to hop in the back of their U-Haul because they think their favorite fighter is back there to suck on. Like, we have to grow further in the sport, you guys. Like, the shit is already dying. Then you get you fans that I don't know if y'all casuals, I don't know what y'all are, but like y'all come in here and y'all be saying shit like, we gotta stop doing shit. We batter a guy after one loss. He a piece of shit after one loss. Like, we gotta stop some of the shit that we be doing in boxing. Won't y'all go tell Boots to stop chopping down the residential trees? One band, one sound. Eddie told him them ain't the trees.
Damn.
We need to get on the same page, y'all. We talking about the wrong shit.
Damn.
Y'all gotta give these fighters time to heal. You gotta give their bodies time to like recover and shit. Y'all be wanting somebody to fight every 32 days. Hell, these niggas, they not Abdullah Mason. Damn. My bad, y'all. Y'all done upset me.
Well, you know, on Eddie's shit list since that tree incident, but I don't want to, listen, if y'all watch this show, both my friends have said it multiple times. If you come in here with your listening ears, you gonna catch what's really going on. Between y'all, we funny now. We funny. But if you turn your listening ears on, you gonna catch something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, in closing, Errol Spence Jr. has a fight coming up at the end of July, almost 3 years to the day of his last fight. I think it's 3 days short of a complete year. He's fighting Tim Tszyu. He's going to Australia to fight Tim Tszyu. And I told y'all that's why he was going to Australia. I told y'all. I tried to tell y'all. I be knowing. He didn't want all the rigmarole that goes with fighting at home. Not his first fight back. So he's going to Australia to fight Tim Tszyu. Of course, we're going to get in depth as we get closer to the fight. Does anybody on this panel feel like Errol is coming back too late? Does anybody feel like he should have stayed away?
I don't feel that way. That man got an itch that he trying to scratch. And he's trying to remember who he was. And if there's, I know he liked the queens of boxing, so I hope he watched this episode. And I say this with sincere love. You never gonna be who you was.
Mm-hmm.
You're never gonna be who you was. All those things happen, and it's funny me because I did want to say this. He didn't take the Manny Pacquiao fight because of his eye. Mm-hmm. But look how, if he took that fight and lost his eye, we never get Terrence Crawford versus Errol.
Correct.
We never get Ugas versus Errol. Correct. And so back to, if y'all don't understand that there's a higher power in control of this thing, you need to know that. But anyway, I say this with love, Errol. You're never going to be who you was before what happened 3 years ago. But you can be a new Errol Spence in this fight and give the fans something new and better to look forward to. So I'm excited. He got an itch. He want to scratch it. He wants to see, damn, can I still get up like I used to? It might be better.
Man, friend, it's so funny because you saying that and just listening to the interview when he said as long as he had been fighting, he wasn't even drinking electrolytes in his water. He was just drinking regular water. Like, what? You doing all of this? You got the diet. You got the nutritionist, and your nutritionist ain't telling you what kind of water. I got a problem with that. I'm gonna shut up today though, because we've been on here for a while. But it's a lot of stuff that he said that I was like, that is crazy to me. And for him to have been that successful without having top of the line resources is crazy. Boxiana, you want to close us out, friend?
Absolutely. Go be you and have some fucking fun. Cause guess what? The world is short, and a lot of y'all is bitches, short bitches.
Oh, wow.
Have some fun. The weekend is coming fast. If y'all ain't noticed, I'm changing the color of my braids. I shall be dressed as Clarissa Shields this weekend. I'll upload pictures as the weekend comes. But I will be dressed as Clarissa Shields this weekend with my sister and my cousins. We're going to have a great time at the movie premiere. I know my lines. It's this weekend, y'all. So it's this weekend. I'm changing the color of my braids because if y'all ain't noticed, I got Carissa at the end. So you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a wonderful event. So I'll see y'all next week. Go have y'all some fun. Life is fun. Life is fun. But also, before I pass the mic, life is fun, but I'm gonna tell you one thing that you gotta do. You got to lock in and you got to get in that book. Your life is not going to be fulfilled until you get in that book. Regardless of what you think, you got to believe in something to have some hope. Have you some fun, but also have you some hope. Lock in. We locked in over here.
We locked in over here. Okay, so listen, we won't be on here Saturday because we'll be doing movie star stuff. Okay, but we'll be back on Sunday potentially. And I want to come back on Sunday because we have some good fights coming up on Saturday night. Not huge championship fights, but some fights that I know my friend in the middle gonna be looking for. And Ashton Silva is coming back against JoJo Diaz.
Oh yeah, we do need to come back. Have your wig on, bitch. Have your wig on.
Yeah. And there's a little undercard on that fight too. Jahan Ingram versus Devin Cushing. Don't know who that is, but we will be tuned in. Also on the 20th, I know a lot of y'all don't look at the lower weight classes, but this guy has found himself on the pound for pound list, and I know a lot of people always ask, who is that? Who is Oscar Collazo? Who is that little dude? He's a small dude, but he'll be fighting on the 20th. And he's fighting Joey Canoy for he's defending his WBA and WBO strawweight titles, okay? And then in the middle of the week on the 24th in Australia, we'll be getting a title fight, big welterweight title fight for the IBF, okay? Lewis Crocker versus Liam Paro. All right, Liam Paro is going to try to attempt his second weight division champion. We'll see what happens. I think that's going to be a good scrap. Go ahead, Box.
Before we go, because I read in the comments, if y'all go over to the Queens of Boxing Instagram page and go over to our retweeted Instagrams, you will find the movie trailer to my friend's movie because Nik-J is starring in the movie. She got the lead damn role.
No, it's not. Okay, wait.
It's the leadest of the roles, ma'am. She got a big fucking part in the shit. Cause my
Wait.
friend finna come in here and say, "Oh, friend, it's not like that."
It's not though, y'all. It's not like a feature film. It's a short. It's a 30-minute short film, y'all.
It's
That's
a movie.
what it is. I'm just
See?
being. I'm having a good time, and I was in a 30-minute short film, but it's gonna have like a really nice movie premiere.
If y'all go look at that damn short on my page, they in that bitch acting so toughly. I called my friend and said I'm gonna slap the ball on this nigga next weekend, and the whole family want to fight him, y'all. So if my friend is down, go watch the short and go watch the short. Just go watch the short. Make your own determination, cause my friend is in here trying to diet down, but my friend is an actor. Okay. You right on you. That's right. But boxing and barbecue. If don't nobody hop up my sisters, you can guarantee you, baby.
Guarantee she gonna do it, and I'm so very grateful. I ain't playing, but listen, y'all. I had to have a little talk with her and my mama and them because they crazy too. Don't be in there talking back to the screen, y'all. Please. Don't be in it.
I'm telling y'all right now. It's one part in the damn movie. I'm gonna have to hold my mule in the seats, y'all. My ass cheek gonna have to clench the chair too, and so I can stay seated. Because my friend had to tell her kids that she was gonna have to work a double at the Donna tonight. I wanted to throw all the shit off the table. Cause what you mean you got my friend working 2 shifts and she got 2 kids?
Friend, it's a movie though.
It's a mo. It's a mo.
It's just a movie though. It ain't the real
Cause
life.
the nigga got a drinking problem, and I thought he was gonna hit my friend because she took a step back like she. Hold on, I'm y'all wait till this weekend, y'all. Y'all gonna be like, boxing is crazy. Is
See, that's why I can't be sharing stuff with because my people don't act right, y'all. They don't act right.
it don't. Baby, she better be glad I ain't gonna have no wig on because I snatch it right off and roll it around my head like Petey Pablo, baby.
All right,
North Carolina, you heard me?
Okay. All right. Okay. Straight like that, you must be behind it because you talking about Tank, baby. But honey, please, go on somewhere. Anyway, thank y'all so much for coming through on this Hump Day Wednesday, chilling with your girls. Thank you, Lady J, for pulling up on us. And we'll see you guys. So listen, Talib Cunningham. I'll know more. Not Claudine part 2. The Messenger Police. Woo, y'all are hilarious. So after the premiere, I'll see where the filmmaker will have where they will be had where it will go to streaming. Because again, y'all, it's not a feature film, it's a 30-minute short. It's a short film. So it's gonna do a festival run. She's gonna enter it into different film festivals and stuff, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But I will keep y'all posted. I definitely will keep you guys posted. Yeah, the premiere in Houston is at the Match Theater, downtown. It's at the Match Theater on Saturday the 20th. And I think it's a few tickets still available. Anyway, thank y'all. I sure do appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, I do. It is overwhelming, bang, because they crazy. Anyway, we'll see y'all Sunday and we'll tell y'all all about it and whatnot. Okay. Thank y'all. We love y'all. And no matter what the people say, I'm not a fair weather fan at all. And so it's gonna always be Errol Spence Jr. over here. Yeah, tread lightly. Tread very lightly. All right, then, y'all. We'll see y'all later. Have a great rest of the week. Peace. All right.